These TV seasons were almost flawless, but unfortunately, each one has one poorly crafted episode. Whether you're watching a long-running classic sitcom or checking out a scary miniseries, it's preferable that every episode is thoughtful, entertaining, and necessary. But even the strongest seasons of television have at least one episode that goes off the rails, features a strange storyline that feels like it came out of nowhere, or sees a main character make a decision that doesn't make sense. From a widely disliked series finale to a lackluster outing in an otherwise great season, these episodes don't measure up to the surrounding installments' quality. Gilmore Girls Season 2 Lorelai, Lauren Graham, and Luke, Scott Patterson, on Gilmore Girls. The sophomore season of Gilmore Girls is almost totally excellent. You see Rory Gilmore, Alexis Bledel, settling into Chilton and watch as she becomes torn between sweet boyfriend Dean Forrester, Jared Padalecki, and rebel Jess Mariano, Milo Ventimiglia. But then you see Season 2, Episode 19, Teach Me Tonight. Rory and Jess getting into a car accident after she tutors him is an awful storyline. It's an attempt to paint Jess as a chaotic and reckless character when, in reality, he's kind but hurting due to being neglected by his family. Lorelai, Lauren Graham, gets too angry at Rory, Jess, and Luke Danes, Scott Patterson, and it's another example of her impulsive, immature personality. It's much more fun and moving to see Lorelai and Rory go on a road trip when she ends her engagement and watching Rory gain more confidence in life. Game of Thrones Season 8 Jon Snow, Kit Harington, in Game of Thrones series finale. It's not a simple task to wrap up a story as epic and detailed as Game of Thrones. Will the battles feel big enough? Will you get the resolution you want from each major character? The final season is almost satisfying. Even got Episode 5, The Bells, which features Daenerys Targaryen's Emilia Clarke, Mad Queen reveal, is still arguably significant as it ups the tension and adventure. But the ending makes it tough to love Season 8 as a whole. Considered one of the poorest series finales, The Iron Throne is upsetting and nothing like the fun, action-packed story that it should have been. You can't stop thinking about the terrible turn that Daenerys' arc takes, and Bran ending up as king feels truly baffling after seasons of build-up. Buffy the Vampire Slayer Season 1 I, Robot. You, Jane Buffy_1. Buffy the Vampire Slayer Season 1 introduces bold and kind Buffy Summers, Sarah Michelle Gellar, and her new mission in Sunnydale, California. Sadly, Episode 8, I, Robot, You, Jane, is cheesy, boring, and not as exciting as the others. Watching Buffy battle a robot, Moloch, feels awkward, and this episode has gotten even worse with time. Her best fight scenes take place in the Sunnydale Cemetery. You want to see the Slayer facing off against vampires, not badly constructed robots. Besides I, Robot, You, Jane, Buffy's first season has some standout episodes, like Witch and Angel, which perfectly introduce you to her sweet love interest, Angel, David Boreanaz. From the smart pilot sharing Buffy's new life in a small California town to the gripping finale where she faces the Master, the rest of the first outing is great. Friends Season 1 Monica Geller, Courtney Cox, on Friends. Like any sitcom with 10 seasons, Friends has some storylines that aren't as funny as intended, and you don't agree with everything the characters do. Still, Season 1, Episode 3, the one with the thumb, stands out as particularly rough. Every plotline is awkward and not up to the season's standards. There's Phoebe Buffay's, Lisa Kudrow, gross and off-putting storyline of noticing a thumb in a soda can. Then there's Monica Geller's, Courtney Cox, confusing problem. She doesn't like her new love interest Alan, Jeffrey Lower, and she doesn't like that the other characters adore him, either. The popular 90s show's first season has so many classic and memorable arcs, including Ross Geller, David Schwimmer, realizing he still loves former high school classmate Rachel Green, Jennifer Aniston, and Rachel finding herself post-heartbreak. This episode didn't need to be made. Friday Night Lights Season 2 Landry and Tara standing by a truck and talking in Friday Night Lights. The second season of the beloved football drama Friday Night Lights is strong and builds on the foundation built in Season 1, setting up coach Eric Taylor, Kyle Chandler, and his family becoming part of the dramatic small town of Dillon, Texas. Then, Season 9's The Confession ruins it. In what is widely considered the worst storyline of the series, Landry, Jesse Plemons, admits to murdering Mike, the man who assaulted Tara, Adrienne Palicki. While this plotline from the Season 2 premiere was also a bad move, since there were other ways to prove Landry has feelings for Tara, it was even worse to continue it in this installment. Landry is a kind-hearted and sometimes naive character, and it doesn't make sense to turn him into a killer. The rest of the season still works, especially the relatable conflict between Julie, Amy Teagodden, and her mom, Tammy Taylor, Connie Britton. Lost Season 3 Jack, Matthew Fox, looking shocked while standing in the jungle in Lost. The Lost pilot is excellent and so are Seasons 1 and 2, but the third outing is when the compelling mystery really kicks into high gear. Unfortunately, Season 3, Episode 9, Stranger in a Strange Land, doesn't measure up to the other episodes. The awkward and strange flashback sequence makes this a particularly weak outing. Rather than sharing some necessary or interesting information about Jack Shepherd, Matthew Fox, you learn that he has tattoos because he dated tattoo artist on a trip to Thailand. The flashbacks about Jack's complex relationship with his father are much more compelling. This just didn't feel that important. The rest of the third season, however, is solid, including new character Juliet Burke, Elizabeth Mitchell. It's fascinating seeing her work with the others. You also can't forget the tragic Season 3 finale, Through the Looking Glass. Seinfeld Season 3 Gina Gallego, smiling on Seinfeld. Seinfeld Season 3 has some all-time favorite episodes, including The Pen, The Parking Space, The Parking Garage, and The Subway. Unfortunately, it also has Episode 15, The Suicide, which prevents this from being a truly excellent season. The show's dark and sarcastic sense of humor is taken too far here. It's tough to imagine airing an episode with this title today, for one thing. The storyline also pokes fun at Martin, C.E. Grimes, who lives in Jerry Seinfeld, apartment building and tries to end his life after Gina Gallego, breaks up with him. Rather than a clever look at experiences we all have, like going on vacation with family and hurting our backs because of our sleeping arrangements as in The Pen, this episode isn't funny or smart. It's hurtful and hasn't aged well at all. Supernatural Season 1 Dean, Jason Ackles, and Sam, Jared Padalecki, in the Supernatural episode, Bugs. Fans continue to debate Supernatural Season 1, Episode 8, Bugs, as it feels like a wrong note in an otherwise great first season. You love meeting brothers Sam, Jared Padalecki, and Dean Winchester, Jensen Ackles, and seeing them begin their road trips to find monsters and creatures, and the pilot shares crucial information about the fate of their parents.